Hey everybody, this is Pat Mesiti, and it's 3:35 here in well, I don't know if I call it sunny Queensland, but today a couple of things that I really believe are important to say, and quite frankly, shocked me. I want to start with my morning, and then I want everyone to hear me, because for the last 2 years or more, I've been warning you about the upcoming economic disaster that has begun. If you think it hasn't started, you are kidding yourself. Two things that happened today. First thing is, this morning, someone sent me a prophetic message from 1973 from a great man called David Wilkerson. David Wilkerson was a guy that really helped a lot of young people in the gangs in New York, and he was used powerful. But in 1973, he had a vision. Now, I know there's skeptics out there and everything else, but I need you to hear this. He got this vision in 1973 about what was to come on the planet. And he listed 5 things. Every single one of those 5 is happening right before our very eyes. And what rocked me to the core was his message about the coming financial disaster, which I actually have a copy of that book here. But I literally heard him speak about it, and he warned about an upcoming shortage of elites buying land. This is 1973. This is not something, doctor, you got to hear me. Back then in 1973, when he gave this message, he was laughed at, he was scorned, he was told he was crazy. Well, now that and the other 5 things, the abuse of our children and what's happening in our schools and the sex education system and the indoctrination, he predicted it. He predicted the attack via media. And in those days, particularly the online thing, that wasn't there. I am going to be playing that entire message this coming Sunday. But I'm here to warn you about what I also discovered today. Today, you need to hear me, folks. I know all the trolls out there are going to put this up there and put it up there, but let me warn you, you trolls and you maggots out there, and that's what I'm going to call you, because you're nothing but parasites. Your financial world is just as in danger, and all your cynicism and all your laughing and all your mockery and all your lambasting and all of the vile, putrid garbage you throw at me isn't going to stop me. Because not one of you out there, I'm talking about the trolls and the negatives and all that, not one of you stuck your head in your pocket to help this country in the last couple of years. Of course, there are people on here that have helped out for us to get a message out of help, and I commend you. But all the negative haters out there, all of those that call us, oh, we're just a bunch of crazy nutcases, and no, we don't really know what we're talking about. We're all conspiracy theories. Well, suck this up, sunshine. Your financial world is about to collapse even more so. Because good people on this are going to prepare themselves. And here's what I want you to understand. The government, and I'm talking about Australia, US, and the UK, have screwed us over with money and our future. They're buying land to displace farmers. They're buying land because they buy land, they can control the food. And if they can control the food and the food supply, they can control you. Major financial institutions are grabbing your money right now as we speak. You mark my words, cash will be non-existent. There's a massive financial storm brewing. You say, well, Pat, how do you know? This morning, I've been speaking with and talking to and discussing with one of the world's leading financial forecasters. Now, I've been warning you guys, and honestly, guys, I'm sorry if I sound angry. But some of you are doing nothing to prepare yourself financially, except whinge, complain, and post. Listen to me. David Wilkerson said this 50 years ago. We need to labor while we got time, because there will come a time when we can't do what we need to do. So now's your time. If not now, when? And don't start telling me, I can't afford a financial education, blah, 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 blah. Well, you better hustle and you better get moving. Your money is in danger and you need to act. And this isn't just my view. Gerald Celente, global forecaster, economic forecaster, worked with the likes of Ronald Reagan and everybody else. Getting off the phone to me, he spoke about an economic bloodbath which is already unfolding. And I believe Australia is the prototype of this. Now, at the same point, he shared with me about the incredible capacity of being able to survive if we can just learn new strategies and not the old systems. Now, you might say, well, who's Gerald Celente? Well, in 1987, he predicted the stock market crash well before anybody else. I'm going to read all this to you. He warned people about the 1997 Asian currency crisis. He foresaw the dot-com bust of 2000, plus the GFC in 2007. His market analysis means he's been tipping everything from commodity price movements and consumer trends accurately since 1980. This is now, guys, that he's been doing this for 43 years. And in the time that I followed him, he's opened my eyes to what's really going on. I'm not following some ning-nong posting something on Facebook, some moron who just decided he wants to get a life because he can click a button on YouTube. But this guy, because I've been listening to him, listen to what I've been saying, his forecasts and everything else, it's been able to help me. When I launched today that I was bringing him on, I mentioned it the other week and hardly any of you, 15 people registered. You obviously don't care about your finances, folks. And if you don't like what I say, get off and go somewhere else and have someone, tickle your ears with some nonsense that doesn't work. Out of the thousands that are on, 15 people registered. That means I don't believe many of you care. And I know I'm telling you straight, and I know that offends you and I upsets you. You know why it upsets you? Because it's the truth. See, a complete falsehood wouldn't bother you. The Gerald Celente is going to be my guest next Wednesday. Not tomorrow, the following Wednesday. My Zoom capacity is limited, and let me tell you what he's also going to be doing. He's going to be promoting it to all of his people. That means those spots will go fast. You've got to get a financial education. This is what he said to me, and I quote, "Pat, I've never been so scared in my entire life. It's about to blow up and blow up big time." And he also made a prediction to me about the Ukraine war, which I will not say right now. He told me exactly what it is. Exactly. Now, some of you that know all, you're going to post some dumb comment in here. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm talking about a man with 43 years behind the scenes of governments and what's going on. And believe you me, this guy's so awake, he makes us look like we're asleep. So folks, I know that for many of you, the pain is already there. If you think interest rates are going to change, forget it. If you think your energy bill is going to go lower because Albanese promised, forget it. If you think the tax cuts are going to help, forget it. If you think the banks are interested in you owning more, forget it. If you think Big Pharma is interested in you getting ahead in life, forget it. If you think all the big chains out there, have you noticed the little average guy, I think it was just the other month in America. America is bankrolled mainly by small businesses. 40,000 small businesses went bust in 1 month. Now, I don't know what the figures are here, but I can assure you they aren't that great. Many of you have lost businesses. I know many of you have lost jobs. I know many of you have lost your livelihoods. So we can sit here and complain. Now I've got one of the wisest men who's been helping my students coming on at that same time on that webinar. Now, is there something you're going to have to do? Yep. If you want to get financial education, absolutely. Oh, Pat Mesiti, why don't you just give it all away? Why don't you just give it all away? Because that which is easily attained is quickly despised. That's why. I am giving away. It's costing me a fortune to bring Gerald to you guys next Wednesday. A lot of money. But I'm prepared to spend to help people. I love this country and I love our nation. And I'm sick and tired of what's happening economically. I'm sick and tired of what the lies in the government. I'm sick and tired of the dictators like Dan Andrews. I'm sick and tired of the two-faced stuff that's happening, especially to people of faith. Notice Penny Wong today reversed the decision by the former Prime Minister to put the embassy in Jerusalem. Now, I've got all different kinds of people here that believe all different kinds of things. I have my own personal views on that. But her doing that is a slap in the face. And by the way, let me just add one more fuel to the fire. With friends like Peter Dutton, let me get this right. With friends like Peter Dutton, who needs Dan Andrews as an enemy? Peter Dutton gets up on national television and says basically anyone that holds conservative Christian views, it's an abomination. Hey Dutton, you're an abomination. Do you know what? I regret the day I supported you. Because you're showing your true colours. There is a war on people of faith. And by the way, this prophetic vision that this great prophet had in 1973, I'm going to play it in its entirety on Sunday morning. And it speaks about the persecution in the Western world that happens to people of faith. And the attacks. And the vilification. But right now, I'm telling you, Gerald is going to tell you today what's about to happen tomorrow. And it's already unfolding. Now, the other great news I've got, we are coming to the Gold Coast and to Hervey Bay. We're coming to the Gold Coast and to Hervey Bay. We're just having a bit of a rest between our last meeting in Toowoomba. If you want to register for those meetings, please don't tell me you want an awakening and don't show up. I'm going to be posting the link on here. But let me just encourage you. Get to this Zoom next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Not tomorrow, the following one. I will put a link here in the chat. If you put derogatory comments, you'll be taken off so fast and you'll never get back on. Why? This is my platform. And I want to put hope and encouragement and education. Please, can I also ask you, do me a favor, everyone. There's an urgency to this message. I want you to share this. The economic disaster that is starting to unfold, we have not even seen the tip. We haven't even dipped our finger in the water yet. There is a flood coming. And if we don't get prepared now for tomorrow, you won't have it. Just remember their agenda. You will own nothing. Nothing. But you will be happy. Well, not on my shift. I'm not throwing my arms up in the air and saying, oh my God, it's all going to come out. No, you know what? We are going to stand. We are going to fight. And while we have breath, we're going to win. Because I'm telling you, all it takes is good people of good faith and good spirit and good heart to rise up. See, they want to keep you blind. They don't want to keep you educated. They want to keep you in the dark. Albanese's not telling us what's in the voice. He's not telling us what he's doing in tax cuts. We didn't know they were going to reverse the Australian embassy in Jerusalem. Isn't it amazing? This assault on people of any kind of faith, especially in the God up there that Harari says that doesn't exist because they've got their God in IBM and Google and everything else. If you don't know who Harari is, just check the World Economic Forum. He's a clown prince of evil, the technical evil genius with Charles Schwab. This is a man that says we can finally hack human animals. Nice to know that we're animals. And why they treat us like animals, sadly people are acting at it. But it's time for you to be empowered and it's time for you to get educated. So next Wednesday, click on that link, show up. It's going to enlighten you. Sunday morning. Whatever you have to do, don't miss Sunday morning. It is going to absolutely rock your world. I've gone back into the vaults of 50 years, and it's going to be so powerful. All right, everyone, I will chat to you Thursday. Please share, like, subscribe. Click on the link. Join us next Wednesday. Don't wait till the last minute. The Zoom channel might be full. We only have limited capacity. Also for our rallies, you need to register. No, there is no fee to register, but you need to register so we can look after you. Mesiti, I'll post it, mesitilive.com, and you can click on that link as well. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone. Please share this message. Don't just don't just listen. Share it. We can handle the negative assaults we get. My team and I were onto it, but just share it because we need to get people awakened. God bless you all.